Welcome back. Today I am taking you guys to southern Vietnam and we are going to learn how to make Bánh Xèo together. First, I'd like to show you how I make the dipping sauce. Here are all the ingredients. Take a picture if you like. In a small saucepan, add 1/3 cup of rice vinegar. You guys can also use lime juice or lemon juice if you like. Also, a 1/4 cup of sugar. A 1/4 cup of corn syrup.
We'll have a competition to see who can trap for longer.
1 or 1/2 tablespoon of fish sauce or sea salt if you don't have fish sauce, but I recommend using fish sauce, okay? Now you guys want to melt everything together using medium-high heat right here, and then it should take about 1 to 2 minutes for it to be done, and then set this sauce aside. Feel free to add more corn syrup if you'd like your sauce to be a little bit thicker. Turn off the heat once the sugar is completely dissolved. So here I have the sauce. I also prepare shredded carrots, some cucumber, shallots, lemon, and also these vegetables that I happen to have in my garden and also in my refrigerator, and some peanuts and roasted coconut flakes. Of course, roasted dried chili as well. So here is the list of the ingredients I'm going to be using for my Vietnamese crepes. I'm using shrimps today. Feel free to use pork loin, pork belly, or any type of protein if you don't like shrimp, okay? So I use about 8 shrimps. This is what I have left in the freezer. Split them in half just so it seems like I have a lot of shrimps left. So now I have enough shrimp for my 3 crepes. So pat dry the shrimps after you dice or split them in half. These are all the ingredients I have prepared. Some cilantro, turmeric powder, soy sauce, sugar, salt, eggs, rice flour, coconut milk, of course, some sparkling water or beer, and some pork, about a cup of pork, shrimp, any kinds of protein, also bean sprout. And here is my limestone. I use this to make a natural mineral water to promote crispiness, especially when I make fried foods like Vietnamese crepes, or sometimes I use it in my pastry as a key ingredient. But here is the rice flour. So this is what I have left. Make sure it's rice flour. But you know, sometimes when I don't have enough rice flour, I add like a 1/4 cup of sticky rice flour or mung bean flour to make it extra crispy, and some coconut milk. And please don't freak out if you don't have limestone water, because you can also use sparkling water or a can of beer to make your crepe very crispy. Here are some turmeric powder, tapioca starch, salt and sugar, scallion. And here is my large bowl. I'm going to add about 2 cups of white rice flour, just like that. And then coconut milk, about 1.5 cup of coconut milk, and also some sparkling water, beer or limestone water, whatever you have. You guys see? Sizzling. And sugar, tapioca starch, and also turmeric powder just to make the crepe yellow. I think I'm gonna need to add more turmeric powder. There you go. Now I get this beautiful yellow batter. I'm gonna rest this for a while. You guys can also add an egg in and beat until everything incorporated if you want extra protein in the batter. Okay, next let's make the filling. So just add a little bit of oil, about 1 tablespoon of oil in a large skillet over medium-high heat. Add garlic or shallot and cook and stir until fragrant but not browning, okay? About 1 to 2 minutes. Also, my favorite ingredient, salted radish, is pickled radish, which is a little sweet and salty. It's so perfect for Vietnamese crepe or pad thai. If you can find the Asian market nearby, pick some up and use it for many dishes, which I'm going to show you how in the future. So just saute until everything nice and fragrant. Add the meat in. At this point, you can add any kinds of meat. If you love pork, use pork. If you love tofu, add tofu. I love everything, so I'm gonna be using everything in this recipe. So I just add ground pork, about 1 cup of ground pork. Now saute until cooked through, and then you can add oyster sauce, soy sauce, brown sugar, and don't forget white pepper. So saute about 4 to 5 minutes and then add tofu later. You don't want to add tofu too early. We want them to stay in this nice size cubes. Okay, saute. So this whole process should take you guys about 6 minutes, and then everything should be done and cooked through. Also depends on the kind of stove you have, also the type of skillet that you are using. So just transfer everything to another bowl, a clean bowl, and set that aside. So I'm going to be using the cast iron again to grill my shrimps. So on the medium-high heat, add a little bit of oil and add the shrimp. So just want to cook the shrimp until it changed the color from this white gray to pink. So then when you know that the shrimps are done, okay? And then you want to set that aside. I like to cook my shrimp separately because shrimp usually is my favorite ingredient and I like to see them before I eat, and then sometimes I eat them separately. I like grilled shrimp as well. So just set it aside. Too bad I didn't have enough shrimp, but that's fine. Now add chopped scallion. Mix in the batter well, then wipe out skillet and reheat over medium-high heat. Add remaining about 1 teaspoon of oil, stir crepe batter, and pour about a half cup into the hot skillet, swirling to coat the bottom. And then you lay about 3 to 4 cooked shrimp on the bottom half of the crepe, topped with some bean sprouts and the filling. And you want to cook until batter looks set and edges start to brown. Usually takes about 1 to 2 minutes. And here I just add a handful of bean sprout, some salt and pepper, and then cover with a lid, and then just wait for about 2 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes. It depends again on the kind of skillet that you are using. Just look and notice if the edges start to brown a little bit, then it should be ready. Now lift the lid up and then you can just see, I think it's ready. So once it's ready, you want to fold crepe over and then you want to slide onto an oven safe plate if you plan to eat the crepe later. So make sure you heat up the oven for about 200 degrees and then put these crepes in there, so then they can stay nice and hot and crispy by the time you and your family are ready to eat. So make another one, add some oil, and then you can wipe the oil using the paper towels, and again swirl, swirl, swirl until the batter cover the bottom of the skillet. Add the filling, and if you don't like shrimp, you don't like certain ingredients, skip that. Or if you want plain tofu and some bean sprouts or other vegetable, add that in here. Cook the same thing, repeat the same step until you get all the crepes that is enough for everybody. Okay, check the edges. Okay, almost ready. If you notice the second batch, the crepe actually look better and easier to handle, just like when you make French crepes. Same thing, you just need the pan to settle a little bit, the heat to be very nice and perfect for the crepe. Sometimes you might need to sacrifice the first crepe, but that's okay. And here all of my side dishes, my vegetables. I am going to add all the ingredients in my dipping sauce because I love my dipping sauce with a little bit of vegetables, with a little bit of ground peanuts, with some lime or lemon. So adjust, mix things up however you'd like, and just be creative and have fun with the food you make. So here all of my herbs, my vegetables, my side dishes, my extra this, extra that I already have in my pantry. So now when we serve, we're going to serve this with lettuce. I'm using iceberg lettuce. So here I'm just going to break off pieces of crepe, and then I'm going to roll the crepe in the big leaves of lettuce here, and then you can add some herbs. Like here I just add extra vegetable, bean sprouts, and some mint leaves, and also don't forget Vietnamese corianders if you can find some, basil leaves if you have it, and then some peanuts, some coconut flakes, some roasted coconut flakes, and then some more vegetables of course, and then cilantro, and then my dipping sauce. This is just my dipping sauce, okay? So you don't have to add all the vegetable and peanuts in there. Just me wrap and just eat it, and you are done. And enjoy your Vietnamese crepe at home. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching. Again, this is Khon trying so hard to get his treat from his advent calendar. This year I have advent calendars for all of my children, so everybody is looking forward to the next day. Again, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to click like, subscribe, and happy cooking everyone. See you next time. Bye bye.